Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today we're at Brenda Berry's house. Now, you know Brenda from the infamous Brenda album, but today you're going to see her fall home tour. You guys have been asking me for fall home tours. I didn't get to do many last year, so we're doing a lot this year. And Brenda's home, if you watch my cousin's channel, my cousin named Holly, her channel is Simply Lake and Lace. Go say hello, give her some love. We'll link it below. You can see Brenda's Christmas home there, but today you're going to see her fall tour. Look at this. Look at these beautiful pumpkins. I love how Brenda decorates. You're going to love it too. She has a very, I guess, eclectic style, like very unique to Brenda. You're going to have fun. Let's hope she's home. I say that all the time like I don't know that she is. It's Maymay and Jordan.
Hey!
Oh, look at this, pretty too. Look, Brenda's got pretty decor. I just turned and saw it when you were opening the door.
I know, I had to put my football out. It's football season in the South.
I told y'all, and I said that in Mama's video, that it's football season. So we do a lot of stuff different at football season.
Yes, we do. We have to have our little nod to the teams.
So tell us about this before we even go inside.
Well, I tell you, I always, you know me, I have fall.
Mm-hmm.
I had the wreath, and I love the horns, and I wanted something different. Last year, I just had a burst of everything, so I just attached the monogram that I had ordered and painted and put it on my wreath so it would be kind of make it more bulky.
Why'd you choose there instead of a wreath on the door? I know why, but I'm asking you.
Because, all right, my husband sits in that chair and he watches right out there, and if I put two wreaths right here, then
it blocks him.
it. But now at Christmas,
I told them to go watch your tour on Holly's
we'll
channel.
Have to show them at Christmas.
And we'll come back at Christmas too and do our tour also. But sorry, I interrupted you when you opened the door. Hey Brenda, let's go inside.
Hey, come on in.
I interrupted her.
How you doing?
We're so good.
Good.
Well,
this is the entrance hall.
We call this your foyer. And when I say, oh, your foyer, my mom says, for you what? And I'll go, for you walk in the door.
That's right, yes. Well, my dad was a hunter, so I decorate my horns all the time. Those are all from him. He did all of those. Becky grew the flowers.
It's funny because in the South, this is like, I don't know if everybody's this way, but everybody has these because they're just they were either harvested or you can go out and find them in the
woods. A lot of those were found, but Daddy did harvest a lot of them. He was a big hunter. He hunted everything. But we also ate venison when I was growing up too. So, you know, it's always something going on.
Is that a praying mantis?
Yes, it is.
I would never, if you said, you know what I need right here? A lampshade with a praying mantis on it. You'd never find it. That is so cool.
It's got grasshoppers, praying mantis. It's a little, you see that a lot when you're in China. And when I saw that.
Asian. Yeah. It's so funny to me because here's what I love about Way Brenda. I told you this, that she has her own style, okay? This is totally Asian mixed with 100% country vintage, and it works. You don't look at it and go, oh, that lamp doesn't work. It works. It's so cool.
And this is what they call a flap table. It flaps open.
You can see the hinges.
Yes, and it's really an old piece, but that was their way to have extra seating in the big houses.
Yep.
Because it's a big piece of furniture.
Do you know anything about that painting?
I do. It was at an estate sale in Birmingham. And it's not by a famous artist at all, but look at the detail in it.
It's beautiful.
I mean, the colors, I mean, you can even see the people. And I mean, the colors I just loved them. So it kind of goes with everything. It even has a little bit of the red that bounces off my red couch. So
I know the red couch. Red couch is my favorite. We'll see that in a second.
Yes.
All right, take us where you want us to go.
All right, this is my grandbabies. I got to tell you about them.
I love these pictures.
My son Brandon painted them, and that's when they were 5, 6, 8, and 9.
It's important that you know that Brenda's son is an artist.
Yes.
And like incredible. Matter of fact, I saw the other day. Did he do a football painting?
Yes, he did. His thing is the detail in the face. See that detail?
It's incredible.
I mean, the detail in he's a detail.
How lucky are you to have that in the family and you end up with this beautiful wall hanging?
I noticed they're all crooked, but hey, that's me.
Oh, that's okay. It won't be for everyone. It's okay for me.
And I will tell you this. I think I've told you this before. I built my grandmother's house in my style.
Yeah.
My grandmother had a dog trot house. And when you walked through the dog trot house, this is my dog trot right here. And then bedrooms on both sides and kitchen. And we're out on the back porch where she did her laundry was over there by her bedroom, which was very odd for that time of, during that time. But when I built the house, that's what I wanted.
Yeah,
So,
you designed this.
I did. I designed it and had an architect down in Millbrook draw it up for me.
Look at that ceiling. Show that ceiling, Jordan.
The coffer ceiling, yes.
Gorgeous.
I wanted big beams. You might see spider webs, but hey, spiders are terrible this year.
Awful.
Oh, they're terrible. But I couldn't afford those big beams. So the guy who did all of my trim work, he said, "Let's think about this."
Just
so
bulk 'em up.
that's just boards and trim.
He did a
trim
great
boards.
job.
Didn't he do a good job?
Great job.
I was so excited about that. I just let him go. I said,
I get
"Go and do what
distracted
you
with
want to."
architecture.
I do too. I want to tell you about my quilt. First thing, I always put it out at fall. It's kind of worn a little bit, but my grandmothers and my aunts and all my folks made it. It's older than me, so I love it. And it looks like fall too.
Well, we know how old that is.
That is too.
All right, tell me about your centerpiece.
Centerpiece is. You want me to be truthful?
Yes. Yeah. You know why I want you to be? Because when I went to Mom's house, I had Mom be truthful. I won't do to you what I did to Mom.
Leftover.
I won't do you what I did to Mom. I walked up to one and just ripped it apart and said, "Now tell them how you did this."
I know. It's what was left over.
So you have a basket.
Yeah, I have a basket. And this is a wreath that came from Home Interior 100 years ago. And the kids have torn the apples off and this, that, and the other. And I had that. So when I got to the bottom of my bin, I said, well, I got to have something for this table. And I have a pair of these, but I chose the one and just kind of went around the house and said, I need something to put it in. I know it's an eggplant.
I don't care. It's right there and I love it.
Laying right there.
Leave it there. It's
That's
good.
how they all are. They're just laid in there. But it's what I had left over. So you really don't have to go buy a bunch of things to use.
True.
Just if you'll just kind of think about it, because I've used this, I use that a lot, especially when the grandkids are here, putting things on them.
That's what Mom showed about her. She has this round placemat that pretty much stays in the center, and then she puts stuff on top of it to protect her table.
Right.
But that's the same here. You can have this and change it up for every season. And
Just keep on going. And it's right under a blue watercolor. This is actually acrylic that I painted. I bet you I painted that.
That's a Brenda.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
30 years ago or more.
30 years ago. I love how your style has stayed. It's like that's still current.
I'm still eclectic. I'm just very eclectic.
That's what I said on the porch. But this is very, it's still very modern. This could go anywhere now too.
It's modern.
I love it.
In fact, I had it in my bathroom in my other house. And I put it up in the attic, and then I got tired of what was there, and I went up there shopping. I shop in my attic and my barn all the time. So
she's offered me access to the attic, but she said we have to wait till winter because it's too hot.
And that's another one that Brandon did of Becky.
This is gorgeous.
And that's Becky reading a story to little bit Braxton. Oh gosh, he was what, 2-3 years old? They were on a camping trip.
So he works in different mediums like you.
He's like me. He's multimedia.
So watercolor, that's acrylic out front or oil? That's acrylic.
That is. Oh, let me see.
No,
it's oil.
That's oil. Yeah. I didn't pay that.
Well, no, it's actually oil and acrylic. He does mixed media too.
It's beautiful. I love it.
So he's just now he draws. I sketch, but he absolutely draws beautifully. Yeah, that's his medium, really.
I think that's awesome.
He didn't paint until I made him paint.
And now look what he does.
And it's amazing what he can do.
So even when they tell you no, make them do it.
Exactly.
Talk about this piece because I love it.
Well, let's see.
What's your tale?
About a year ago, a bunch of us girls were going out just perusing and cruising and thrift storing, and we ran across this place over I think it's in Irondale. And when I walked in, I saw that green shelf. Becky said, what in the world are you going to do with a green shelf? And I said, I don't know. But I found a home for it.
I love it.
Doesn't it look vintage? It's not vintage.
I know, but it looks like it. She pulled up at the shop, and she was in this big Suburban she had borrowed.
Yeah.
And she was like, you got to come see this. And this is what she bought. It's gorgeous.
But
it looks so old, but it's not.
Well, I think it's a reproduction.
Yeah.
Because the way that it works.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
I like it because I don't have to dust all that stuff that I accumulate. That's where I keep all my albums, Brenda albums.
We probably should talk fall. We're talking pieces.
Okay, that's right.
It's all right. We do that. We'll talk fall now.
What I do at fall is probably what everybody else does. Is I have my fall stuff. I bring it down and I go, okay, where am I going to put this year? And this is another, just an eclectic collage is basically what it is. I wanted it to be. I'm very traditionalist with my colors. I like the fall colors.
I do too. But you think that everybody does that, but that's not really true. Like, I know people who take photographs of what they've done so they can recreate it next year.
Oh, I don't.
But I'm not that person. I don't even like to put things up like I had them. I pull everything down, put them in tubs, so when I come out, it's all fresh and I'm shopping.
Yes, I do it. I shop from my own tubs. But I also, if I am buying something, like this was a set of birds. There's a red one, a green one, a turquoise, and a yellow one. And the red one's over there with, just over there with the pumpkin. And I mean, you don't have to have a whole lot there's only the fall round and these are live, these are real.
This is the prettiest.
That's a fake one. This is a new color. This is a yellow.
I like it.
It's not white, it's yellow.
I like it.
I really like that. But I like the mixture of the colors. And I love turquoise and reds and all the different mixes of colors. I guess I'm more a traditionalist when it comes to decorating.
See, I think you're kind of bohemian.
Very.
I think you have a very bohemian style, like the way things mix and match, but they always work.
Well,
they wouldn't for me.
Now these I made. Becky says they're my sick bed make. I don't even remember what was wrong with me. And I didn't have anything to do. And so I told Carol to go get me some thrift store wool. And she brought me back all these different skirts and everything. And I just made my little pumpkins out of them. It spells Halloween. Now those came from...
You also have a collection of ATCs.
I do. This one was from my first Made It con.
Oh, yeah.
This one was from Fancy Nancy.
You also have this collection of ATCs.
Yes.
I was making my way.
Yeah. And then you also have this one from the first Made It con.
Yes. Fancy Nancy did that. The angel kind of stays here.
This is familiar too.
Yes, you know. Oh, that's from Terrence.
Yes.
Yes. Because it was St. Patty's Day.
Yep.
Yeah. And he also, let's see, he gave me another card. I have it in my back. I have a file that I keep all my Made It content. Now, this little angel stays here.
This is for another day, but these are gypsy albums. That's what I call them. I say they're Brenda's gypsy albums. And this is actually how we met and got started, was she brought one of these into the shop and it blew my mind. But this is for another day. This is not something we can pull out now. But if you want to see the gypsy album and how it works, let us know, and we'll have Brenda bring them to the shop and we'll do a little overview of them because they're really cool.
In fact, I'm getting ready to build one.
Oh, because you're going on a trip.
Because I'm going on a trip. So
maybe we can follow along.
find something really Moroccan so I can do that thing.
All right, where to next?
Where to next? Mantle.
Oh, yeah.
The mantle is always where I start. It really is. That's where I start. And I knew that I wanted this time to kind of not be so bright. Because I found that garland, it was a wreath, and I cut it in two. It's got 3 pieces. I cut the wreath into pieces and added the little berries that I had, and I just gathered up. You'll see the pomegranate and the pear, they're just white. They're just something I had. And I've had those 2 taller pumpkins, but they weren't big enough. So I jumbled around and found candle holders to put them on, make them taller.
And she found a canvas.
Yes, and I painted the pumpkins up there. First thing I painted in an acrylic in 25 years. I do vignettes.
I do too.
If you'll notice, this vignette is this color. This one's this color. I don't have to have.
See, we talked about this. I talked about this in Mom's tour, and this is kind of cool for decorators. Okay, so a lot of times people think that everything has to match all the way around the house. That is not true. You can't. A person's eye can't rest everywhere in the house. A person's eye rests in one place. And so when they see this is cohesive and it works. But you could literally right next to it have a whole different design. And it works because my eye can't go to both places at one time.
No.
And I love that you do this. It's so funny you said you didn't want the bright colors on your mantle. I didn't either this year. I wanted something different.
And I loved yours.
And I wanted something different, and I like how this is different.
One thing that I guess this is my artist eye coming in. I always, when I create a vignette, I don't want your eyes to wander out of where you are. you've got to always make that eye come in. That's one of the reasons I wanted the taller canvas, because once you get to the tall top, you need somewhere for your eyes to come back in, and I want it to come back into the middle.
And you know what happens if you don't do it that way? It looks crowded and busy.
Yes.
If your eye just keeps going and it never has a stopping point,
Yes.
everything looks cluttered.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it. Some people might call that clutter, but for me it's not. I can stand here and I can enjoy the whole piece, and then I can move to the next, which is, again, I love this.
Julia Courtney is my pumpkin mom lady. She's my next door neighbor. We call ourselves our best friend, the next door neighbors. She has a pumpkin sale every year. And those, I go help her so I can have my pumpkins.
Are these, they're not all real.
They're not all real. And that's another thing too. Everybody thinks everything has to be so all real or all not real. But this one and this one is not. And these are real.
You know what else I love? You brought a mum inside. So many of
Yes.
the Southerners think mums have to be outside.
I know.
But I like it inside.
I love them inside. Now I will have to take it outside. It can't live in here
Forever.
because it does need sun.
It needs sunlight.
And it needs watering really good. So I will take it in and out.
But I love that you brought it inside. I think
And
that's
another
great.
reason I chose that color instead of the bright yellow is because of the mantle.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
once these colors here, so once you come down to there,
Mhm.
your colors just keep blending on there. And I want to tell you about this bowl. There is a man that makes those. I found him on Facebook, and I can't remember his name.
It's a gourd, isn't it?
It's a gourd, and he painted it and carved it. Is that not neat?
It's beautiful.
That is so cool.
Do we have any of these left? Or are we out of these?
I don't know. Did you say there were some?
There were some kits left?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Let's show on your mantle.
Well, that's one reason I put it down was so we could make it
Is that the
what
end?
it is.
Okay, so this is a Brenda album. It was from a class. And the idea is
The
you
nail.
can put
Do you
it.
see the nail?
You have the nail for
I
it.
have the
Perfect.
nail.
Let me grab.
I have the nail. I took it down so we could do it.
So this is an album, and she did a class on it. So I know it doesn't look like an album now, but that's on purpose. It's like a two-part album.
Two-part
so you
album.
can have it as it's a garland, and you can put your photos on or in. Okay, and then at the end of the season, you can take it down, and where she has it strung with the twine, you can put the hooks in, and then it becomes an album that you can put away until next year. And it's two-sided.
Yes, it's two-sided. And these are for you to have your family write what they're thankful for.
And if we have any of these kits left, I will link them
There
below.
were 3 or 4.
There
like
might have been a
5
few.
maybe
It won't be the instructions,
No.
but
on there too.
I love this. I love that it is a garland, but when I'm ready to put it away on the bookshelf or in a cabinet, it's an album.
And it's something you can use every year. You kind of get a little traditional thing in here. And now I have traditions, but the traditions are not always the same. The tradition is we always write something we're thankful for, but it may not be the same way every year.
Yeah, you might put it on a canvas one year. You might
Right.
put it on a little note, whatever.
Yes, it's the same tradition, but it's different.
How are we doing it this year? I like that.
Yeah, how are we going to do it this year? Well, they don't know it, so don't tell them, but we're going to do it this way.
Oh, good. Nobody tell them.
Nobody tell
All
them.
right, what's the next spot?
All right,
Where's your
spot.
next vignette?
The next vignette, I'll just tell you about that pumpkin. My daughter-in-law, when she was just found out she was pregnant, invited me to go on a little trip. She and her mom and her sister-in-law, and we all bought pumpkins. And she said, I've got a pumpkin. And
Oh, that's how she told. That's
Yes.
cute. So now you have that to remember. That's
yes,
cute.
isn't that neat? So, and this was another thing that's just leftover. I mean, I just put together. I wanted it to be very woodsy. I didn't want it to be so flowery. So, and I pick up things, and I don't spend a lot of money either. I'm sorry to say. I won't say I'm cheap, but I am very frugal. But I found that on a sale rack, $3 or $4, and I didn't know where I was going to use it, and I end up using it at Easter and at fall because it's the right color.
That painting is so cool.
Now that I just bought, I just loved it. It reminded me of Tuscany.
Oh, yeah, the colors are very Tuscan. I also love this one. That is awesome.
Now, Brandon did that. And do you see what he did?
It says, now just wait one cotton pick a minute. That's cotton in there.
We had our Thanksgiving in fall. I always do. Becky's birthday, Thanksgiving, fall. Halloween all in one big swipe. So we have pictures made in the cotton patch.
And he took cotton. That's
and he
cool.
made that. It's actually got the bulb in there.
Do you play piano?
I do.
I never knew that. Brenda, I learned something new.
Learned something new. This was my grandmother's.
Oh.
And look, she painted on it. And I did not realize that until I put it here so you could see on the sun. Look, I didn't even know
now, do you
that.
think she painted it, or do you think that's how it came in?
She painted it. She painted, you know, she didn't have anything painted.
Well,
see, I didn't know her that. I knew her, but she was so much older. Now, I slept with her every night until I was like 12.
But you didn't
She
know
was
yet.
my heart. But yet, I knew she quilted. I knew she saved all those things, but I know she painted that because she
I'm going to tell
never
you
had
something. You need to
anything.
not tell Vince you play piano. He didn't know that.
I don't play that well, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I play enough that I can sing to myself.
You get practice. Yeah. Let's check out your kitchen. Oh my gosh. Look
Okay.
at that kitchen.
All right. My kitchen was the first thing that I designed because I knew I wanted two things. The one thing is I didn't want a whole lot of cabinets and stuff because I knew the older I got, I wasn't going to cook like I always did.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I wanted somewhere to gather, and you can gather around the bar or the table.
At Christmas, Brenda had us over for a little Christmas get together, and we literally gathered in here. Like
Yes.
we ended up in the living room eventually, but we gathered.
Yes, this is the big
And
area.
the food, you can serve food all the way around.
Yes, I have multiple places to serve food because my kids don't like to. Well, don't like's not the right word. My kids enjoy having different things.
Like grazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're all grazers.
Mhm.
Everyone except Ben. Ben sits down and eats one thing at a time. But we're all grazers, and I put everything here, and then they sit here, and
Where do they want
the
to
kids sit. This is the kids' table. They have designated that the kids' table.
Oh, cool.
So
It's a
that's
good
where
spot.
it's a good spot. They're away, but they're not close. But we just gather here.
Let's talk about that.
That's another old piece I've had for a long time. It's been yellow, it's been red, it's been green, and now it's sort of gray.
It's beautiful.
It's been every color.
Is that more of Dad's antlers?
Yes, more Dad's antlers, and I have more upstairs.
Wow.
But I've just recently. That was a bare spot except for the painting. Not last time you were here.
I love this here. It's a great spot for it.
And when I purchased another piece, Becky cut the legs off. It was tall. It was about this tall, and it was too tall, so he cut the legs
This is
off.
perfect.
And it just fit.
You know I want to go show what you did right there. You show it.
This one.
I want to show it. Yes. I love it. It's so smart.
Well, this is how it normally is on my table.
Gorgeous. Are these real? No.
Oh, they're not real. I couldn't.
Did it
keep
come
them
in
alive.
here? Did you put them in there?
This was a piece I bought at Home Goods.
Gorgeous.
And then these, do you know how much these cost when you go buy these?
Outrageous.
Oh my
Outrageous.
goodness. So I've only got like 3 or 4 in there. The rest
But
of
the
it
moss.
is the moss, and it's real inexpensive. And I went outside, and off the tree I scraped this moss.
Yeah.
Just scraped it off the tree. You can go in there. And
But for the season.
for the season, I just looks just like leaves just fell on it.
I love it. I love it. I knew that's what you did. I wanted you to show that. That's really cool. I knew that you did the leaves. I didn't know about the rest. I love that.
And this is a joke with all my folks. I don't know where I got these dragonflies. I've always loved dragonflies, and it hides. It's somewhere all the time, and the kids have to find it.
So you move it around. I love it.
Yes,
This is beautiful.
And that's my Pawpaw's toolbox.
Oh, I love that.
I found it out in the barn after he and grandmother were both gone, and my uncle was going to tear the barn down, and I found it out in the barn.
Swooped it up.
And I scooped it up. I told
You
Robert,
gotta
I said,
look. You gotta talk about this pumpkin. I'm in love.
oh my goodness.
This is
It's
incredible.
a soup. It's to put soup in.
It's incredible.
And I've had it. Oh, I got this in a estate sale in Birmingham, Mountain Brook. I got it and an avocado.
Now I'm gonna tell you that's unusual because usually if you see these after any length of time, these leaves are broken or this guy's done.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. You did a good job on that one. That's real good.
And I just this was just a garland I put around it. And I loved this.
This would be up all year for me. Those are my colors most of the time
Yes.
anyway. So
And
that.
I love putting that in it. these I've had forever, and I just pulled them off the shelf. And if you'll notice, the candles don't even match. They don't have to
Don't
match.
show that. No one cares. You know what's funny about your table?
I want them to know that it doesn't have to match.
It doesn't have to match. You know what's funny about your table?
What?
Meemaw's table that we just bought her for her new house is the tall version of this table.
Really?
Yep, it's the pub height
The pud.
of this very table.
I love this table.
I love this table.
I do too.
Is this actually furniture?
You know, I don't know.
I bet it is, 'cause it's
I
one of my
bought it
faves.
at Calera at the little.
Yes, behind the gates in Calera. Yeah, that's my favorite place.
Yes.
All right, let's see kitchen.
Kitchen, I wanted something that I could work at, not just kitchen at, because I do a lot of my cutting here, like when I cut my pages for everything.
Smart.
And it's tall enough, and I wanted something I could work on too.
That is smart.
So I do a lot of my cutting. I got plenty of room, and when I make my kits for Made It Con, then I've got plenty of room.
You don't have a craft room.
I have a studio.
Well, I've never been in it. You've told me about it, but do you use it?
I do. Okay, I'm a night worker,
Yeah.
and Becky doesn't like for me to really be out there by myself at night.
Yeah.
We'll tour it one day. We'll
One
make
day
that
we'll
one
do it.
thing. I
I wanna go
mean, it's really neat. And then in the office, which Marcia's, where am I? Rachel's working, and it's got my other stuff. I have a rolling cart that I'll roll out. In fact, I just cleaned off the round table. We're working on it.
From
But,
all that we've been
when
through.
I do have to have a lot, I'll take all this off. I'll just have this whole space.
I love this. What's this granite? Do you remember the name of it?
No, I don't.
Mine, I happen to remember because it's a funny name. It's Uba Tuba. So I remember mine.
Yes.
But this, if I had seen this, I would have totally picked this one.
Well, you know, it's got gray and brown and black.
Orange. That's
and
what
it
I
does,
love.
and it has that rusty burnt sienna.
See, look, this is like copper and it works so
Right.
perfect. I love it.
Right. And a dear friend gave me that.
What dear friend would that
Love of my life.
Don't you love Tyler candles? Okay,
do.
folks, let me just tell you something.
Yes.
These are amazing, but not all of them. I do have to clarify. You'll have to go smell them. Not all of them. This one is the pear. What was this one? It's under the bottom. But it's pear something. Be careful. Don't get yourself.
Pearberry.
Pearberry. And the one that is my favorite is called Pineapple Crush, but it's a spring candle.
Right.
That's the one you want to find. Tyler Candle Pineapple Crush. You'll
Yes.
love it. You'll
I
love
like
it.
the high maintenance too. Now, and
Do you like high maintenance?
I do.
Isn't that funny? I've never smelled it burning. I don't like it in the jar. So burning it might be different. I need
Burning.
to try it.
Well, I've got one burning. And you
Well,
didn't notice.
I don't mind it.
Yeah. And another thing I do is I have fake and real.
I see that. The problem for me is I'd be like, is this one fake? No, that one's real. Is this one fake? No, that one's real.
Now that's what the grandkids do.
That's funny.
But I mean, it's hard to have that much fresh fruit
True.
and it not ruined. See, the bananas I'm a banana, I love bananas. So I have those all the time.
I love that.
And then these tall candles have been here. I have those all
Are these
seasons.
glass?
Yes.
My kids
that-
would
that
totally
Nerf-
kill those. There'd be a
Well, you
football
know-
or a Nerf bullet fly through the room.
And you know, yeah, but you know, they ride that little, what is that one wheel thing?
Yeah, the hoverboard.
The whole through here, and they throw the football. And I can't believe they're still alive.
I'm telling
but
you,
they
one
are.
good Nerf bullet, that'd be gone.
Exactly. Well, they Nerf. I can't believe they
I don't know.
haven't shot it yet. But my big turkey platter, I love my big turkey platter.
I'm in love with this. Oh my gosh, it weighs it.
Don't you love the color?
Yeah, because this is one of my colors I love so
Yes.
much. I'm looking to see where we got it from.
I
Home
got
Goods.
it Home Goods.
I'm
And
just
I've
looking.
had it. I bet I've had that 10 years.
Look,
I
y'all's
keep my
friends,
stuff.
y'all's friends won't pick up your stuff and look underneath it, but we are that kind of
We're
friend.
that kind of friend. And this, y'all, these are, I went on one of my girl trips. Oh gosh, it's been 10 years ago. And we went to the mountains, and there was this little man that was doing stained glass. And he was doing exactly what I would do with stained glass. All of his throwaways, he was making something with it.
See, you can tell that too, like this is like an extra piece.
And I said, that's me. I gotta have that. Everything I have, I pick up separate. I actually pick these up separate, but they match. Isn't that cool? They're just a little off, but hey, who cares?
I would never have known you picked those up separate.
Mhm.
Never.
But and this is a vintage. This is actually a tomato.
Oh, if you
And
hadn't
it's-
told me, I wouldn't have known.
I know it looks like a thing.
I love
And then
that
I've had
butter.
I use this all the time.
Do
I've got
you
the
use
set. You know why I use it
They're
now?
so heavy.
You know why I use it now?
Why?
I won't be able to in a few years.
I told my husband, we were looking
It
at
is
these.
so heavy, but I've had it my sister-in-law actually started me using this. She bought me one piece. And then the next time I went up to Washington, we went and I bought the rest of the pieces. I only have like 4 or 5, but I noticed on Brandon's stove he had one, and I think Briar has one, so I think I only have 2 left.
The only reason I don't have this set is because I know I won't be able to pick it up long because it's so heavy, but it's gorgeous.
But I've had it when I was young. I bought it, so and now it won't be long.
Have you seen the pumpkin, the suit?
Yes,
It's gorgeous.
Yes,
this looks familiar.
it is. It's
Celebrating Home.
Yes,
I knew that.
Julia Courtney gave it to me.
My
She
aunt
used to
sell
sell
it.
that.
My aunt sold it, and that's the Tuscan collection. I'm
Right,
pretty sure.
it is.
Yeah,
She gave it to me. I love it. I put it out every fall.
Look
I
at
love
that
it.
antler.
And I found that at the thrift store, y'all.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, if you could just look. And this is Mama's canister set. I keep my tea in that one. And then when my friend Mary, we were the ones that were in the vintage linen lace together. She called me one day. She said, I'm fixing to buy something for you, and you're going to have to pay me for it. So she got that turkey, and she got these deer. And then there's one that has fish that I put out in the spring.
And you were happy to pay for
Oh,
that.
my word. Yes. I have used that more and more. I think of Daddy every time I see that.
Do you find, I want to ask you this, you're talking about the thrift store, do you find that you pick up stuff because you like it and then find a place to put
Yes.
it? Okay, so you don't have a place that needs a thing, you
No.
have a thing that needs a place.
Yes.
Okay.
And I may not use it immediately. I may put it away. But I
love it.
know I love it, and I know I'm going to be able to use it eventually.
So what kind of, don't take us to your storage, I'm not asking that, but what kind of storage do you have? A pantry, a closet? Do you do it in the attic? Where do you put things?
Yeah.
And all those places. Me too. I was hoping you'd say that because I didn't want to be the only one who doesn't put it everywhere.
It's everywhere. Now that's like I take a trip up to the attic, and then we also have a big, we call it the barn. It's just a big metal building, and we put everything that doesn't have a place out there.
Yeah.
And when Mother gave up housekeeping, see, I have my mother and my grandmother's house, and Mother wanted me to move all of her stuff out to the storage building so she could visit it. She was in she was in the assisted living here, and I'd bring her out here, and she'd go visit all of her stuff out there. So
that's good though. I like that.
It was.
So you still have a lot of it?
some of it I've kind of distributed it out around, and I've used quite a bit of it, and Briar has used a lot of it, and Brandon and April have now gotten some of it, and then it's just kind of trickles out. And I distributed a lot of the glassware with the nieces. You know, there's no sense in staying in boxes.
Well, I love knowing that you're a person who gets something that they love and find a place for it.
Yes.
Versus, because my mom went through a phase where she decided if it didn't have a place, she wasn't buying it. And I could tell that she wasn't enjoying her house anymore because everything already was full. But if you cycle through, and it doesn't mean you don't overbuy. You can give stuff away, or you can sell stuff, or you can donate stuff.
Exactly.
I don't feel guilty when I go, like, for example, if I felt like I was through with that bean pot, I wouldn't feel guilty passing that on to somebody else who would enjoy it and me get something else.
Exactly. I ask all the kids, then I'll ask all the friends, and then I get rid of it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
Because I know if I want it back, I can get it back if I like it that well.
Give it local. Give it local.
And I covered these seats too. These seats were awful. They were new when I bought them, and Becky wanted backs and run, but I couldn't find what he wanted. And it was awful. It was a vinyl something. So I just covered it with.
I love it.
And it's hot glued and stapled.
You did one thing that I'm really shocked you did. You made sure this piece was in the middle of every one.
That's because I had a friend helping me.
I was gonna say I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked.
That's because I had a friend helping me. This is Becky's coffee bar. Here's Mama's canister set again, but this was strictly for Becky. That was one
You're
of his
not a coffee
requests.
drinker.
I drink coffee, but he makes it, and
This is where he has his
This
little
is
coffee. I love
the
that.
thing.
I have
So-
a coffee section. I like everything
Yeah.
separate.
and I didn't know that I would like it as much as I do, because I didn't realize how much when you're in there at the same time, you're running over each other.
Well, yeah, and if you're in the kitchen, you'll do 10 other things before you get your cup of coffee. Over here, you just gonna get a cup of coffee and move on.
And we'll do a quick in here.
Love
This was and there's gonna be spiderweb. That was an outdoor light I found in a junk pile and rewired it and put it in here. And I learned the hard way. When I get up to here, I get on the stool very carefully because those things are sharp. But this is kind of where I do the eclectic thing, and I pull from it because I do a lot of flowers at church and
Oh, good. You do have some chipboard, so we can use it.
yes, I put it out there so we can use it.
We're planning something that's coming. You guys will hear about it. You might have already heard about it before this goes up. But she said, I think I got some chipboard at home, so we'll use it. Let's use it.
This is my crosses everywhere.
I've not seen your crosses.
And you know, I didn't find this out till we started really traveling. Not all countries have crosses.
It's true, but then some have an abundance. Have you ever noticed that?
Ireland and Scotland are covered with them. South America has very, very few, but all of these came from those.
Did you make that?
I made that.
Yeah, that one's pretty. I have a Brenda cross in my office. I hung it yesterday, by the way. You proud of it? I hung it finally.
Great.
Well, I hung it, but I need to rehang it because I hung it too short, so I can hang it again. So.
There's another one Brandon did real quick.
Oh my!
Is that not awesome?
I want one of his paintings. I'm going to have to get with you about that. I want one.
I'll do that.
I love that.
And then there's my key.
I was going to say, somebody has a key or two.
Every key, I love keys for whatever reason. These are all the keys to my daddy's childhood home.
Oh.
And then there's a couple of mamas in there too.
That's cool.
And then these are just keys that I've collected or had and different things that we've done.
So they don't go to anything, you just keep them? Well, I kind of like that because we have extra keys everywhere.
Oh yeah, we do too. Now this is one of Maymay's favorite pieces.
It is my favorite.
And it's falling apart.
And the dishes too.
Now the dishes I did a piece at a time. If you'll notice, there's not a set.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of different.
Now are these out all the time or are they?
No, this is just my fall ones.
So you bring them out of fall?
Mm-hmm. And spring, I have different ones. This is one of the places I do. I have spring and summer and Christmas and just loving one. Now you recognize this piece?
Oh, you got this when we were out at Rustic Acrylics the other day.
Yes.
This is perfect for this.
Isn't it great?
You didn't have that in mind. You just bought it because you loved it.
I
saw you fall in love. So we were at Rustic Acrylics with the girls the other day and she found this and was like, oh yes, I have to have it. It's perfect.
And I didn't know what it was perfect for, but it fits great.
I love it.
And these, I love these. These are placemats I found.
You're going to turn that around. Is that cork? Okay, listen to this.
It's flannel.
My mother and I just bragged about hers that she has. And they're hard like this, but hers are cork on the back.
Oh, I like
But she loves them because you can't kill them. Is that,
No.
what is yours? Is that, oh, it's plastic. No, it's glass.
It's glass.
They're glass.
And I hang them on the wall in an estate sale at in Mountain Brook.
See, you would never find those in the
They were
store.
$1 a piece.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
If you ever want to make your money back plus some, let me know.
Eggs go. I understand. I made these one year. I loved making those.
She did make these. Look, this is so Brenda. Every one of these. Today she likes this pattern, but tomorrow it's this one, and then she'll wear these shoes.
And then I have my Alabama and Auburn.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And I have my black. Every once in a while, we all have a black mood.
Hey, my mom says you need to decorate with a touch of black always.
Yes,
always for elegance.
Black and red. I always have black and red. And this is one of my little fun things we made on our little girl trip. Look at him. Is he not?
He is really cute. He doesn't look handmade. He looks like he found it in a estate sale.
When we have friends have had for actually almost 50 years, and we do a craft every time.
It's so cute.
So we're doing a Maymay craft this time.
I know. I'm excited to see what they think. Are you not doing? Well, it's not really a Maymay craft. It's a you craft. Are you doing an
cards? I'm gonna do cards.
You're doing cards. I thought you were doing an album.
Well, they didn't want an album.
So cards.
Yeah, so I did cards. I said you can turn it into that one. This is the kids' room, and those are my older. That they're all in here because they like that. I'm not big into that, but I did paint the pumpkin that's under there.
You're gonna hear something funny. So my mom in the girls' room let them decorate, and they did more this style.
Yes.
Or Lydia did, and then you're saying that it's not your style, but the kids like it.
Yes.
Isn't that funny?
Now I did do the nest. That's a watercolor I did. It's old. All my paintings are old. I haven't. You're the only one that's gotten me into painting. And then the kids' walls over there. That they do. They love to put stuff up.
Brenda, that nest is gorgeous. That painting is gorgeous.
I did that for Daddy.
I want to find the bird that would live in that because that's a colorful bird.
Huge bird.
Big bird, colorful bird.
That's my fault.
We're talking about this one. We're like, I totally changed the subject because I love that nest.
Well, it's my way.
A big bird and a colorful bird.
Yes. She hurt bad.
Oh, you're right. Those are big hands.
Bryson painted this one.
Oh my goodness. All your family's artistic.
Well,
Look at that peacock.
I know. I couldn't believe the peacock. Now the rest of it is strictly, but that peacock is good.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and her daughter was showing me her art, and I said, the thing that impresses me with children, I love any art children do,
Yes.
but when they can show you art that you don't have to ask them what it is,
Exactly.
that's when I go, you have an eye for this, if you kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I love all children's art. I don't care if it's a handprint, if it's a finger, I don't care what it is. I love all kids' art, and I encourage kids to do anything.
I do too. I keep stuff in the office, and we pull out the box, and if they want to, fine. If they don't want to, that's fine.
And my favorite thing is to have to ask them what it is, because their imagination is so cool.
Always
They start telling me what they drew.
Tell me about this painting.
I love it. I do.
And this is just put together.
Ooh, I recognize that autumn candle.
Oh, doesn't it smell good?
Beautiful. I
Smells
love this
good.
bathroom.
Yeah.
I love too. I'm gonna say it's about Brenda's home design. She didn't stick to the same granite. I love that. Like all the granites on there show the same. I love that. So you kind of have an experience in every room.
And this is off-centered too.
Well, it is.
I did that on purpose.
That doesn't bother me at all. But some people like it.
Yeah.
Not me though.
This is kind of what's left in Mama's and his Mama's. This is my daddy's bed. The end tables were Mother's in the den. This is an old writing table from where, and I have an old trunk. And
This is beautiful.
I just throw.
Oh, that's so cute.
My friend Daddy died. She gave me that.
Oh, that is so cute.
As she was, she still misses her daddy sometimes.
I love that. Jordan will have to get a close-up on that when he gets over there because it's cute. That picture, old as she was, see it? She still missed her daddy sometimes. That's so cute.
Yes. I would put it by Daddy's bed.
This is a
I
gorgeous
did the
bed.
swan and those are old, long time ago. I used to really paint a lot. And this is an abstract.
You need to pull it back out.
And you know, I didn't pull it out until after I started coming to your place.
Whenever we drug you back into it.
Yes. So
I love
got drugged back into it. And Mama's teapots. My mama had, oh gosh, I cannot tell you how many teapots. And I found this teapot rug.
And it reminds, so you have Mama, Daddy, you have everybody.
Yes.
I love that.
So, you know, you got to keep that going sometimes.
Yeah.
You just have to. And that's the attic, the deep, dark playroom and attic up through there.
That's the best attic access I've ever seen. Honestly. When you said your attic, I thought we were going to pull a ladder down.
This is
good. I'm doing this.
Good on there. This is the little bathroom.
This is my favorite.
This is my.
Have I said that like 20 times in this house? This is my favorite.
It's got all my bull in there. All the bull goes in here.
All the bull, I see that.
The bull painting.
Yes, this is my favorite. Tell them about that.
I wanted something different in here because it was so little, and when you put a piece in there of furniture, it just makes it close up more. So I got the harebrained idea. I wanted an urn in there, and I never found one tall enough. And it also has to have, at least to be able to get a 2-inch pipe down it, because you have to have 2 inches. That's the number you have to have. Mm-hmm. So I found this in Pelham Myers. Have you ever been up there? Yeah. Finally found that. It came from Europe. It was way back, laying on its side. They couldn't sell it. It was too big. Nobody wanted it. And there wasn't a pair of them.
Yeah.
You know, most people want pairs. So I got that. Took me, I know, 3 months to find somebody that would bore a hole in it without being scared to death.
Yeah.
To break it. And I said, look, I don't care if you break it.
We'll put it back together.
We'll put it back together. I'll use it outside. You know, it's no big deal. So we did that. And then the next thing came, what to put in it. And Mr. Bill was my plumber. And he found that. I don't know
copper
where.
bowl?
Yes. I didn't care what it was.
Yeah, you
I
just wanted it to work.
Something. But I keep rocks in it, and I put a pumpkin in it this time.
It's beautiful. I love it.
And this is our little sanctuary, our bedroom. It's not normally this neat.
It's not neat.
At all. But I brought out a couple of things I did want to show you. Maymay, you may recognize that over there.
Oh, my mother-in-law said to me the other day, where was she putting that piece she bought? And I said, well, she said her bathroom, but you just never know. But that is perfect there.
Yes. I loved it there.
So we were shopping. She found that arch piece at Rustic Relics. You guys, if you ever are in our area, you have to go to Rustic Relics. I tell people it's like Pinterest in real life.
It is.
It just really is.
And it kind of sparks your creativity.
It does. And you find pieces to put together.
And this piece right here, you're going to love this. Many long 100 years ago when Becky and I were dating, he carved our initials on the tree.
Oh my goodness.
And the tree died and fell, and he cut out that part, and
He's so romantic. Wait till I see him. I'm going to say you're such a romantic. He is a romantic.
He is. He's just, listen, he is amazing.
Are those real?
Those are real.
Did you dry them or you just, they did that?
I just got them from Julia.
Oh, pumpkins. I'm talking about your hydrangeas.
Oh, my hydrangea. Oh, they came out of my yard. Yes.
And they just did that?
Yes. Those are the, they're not the blue ones. The white ones.
White ones?
What do they call them?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I have no green thumbs.
And
only when I have ink or paint on them are they green.
this is true. This is so true. This is so true. And then this is outdoor furniture.
But I love that because you can be in your room feels like a sanctuary. I love that.
And I pull this out. This is about 150 years old. I found it in the trash pile in the upstairs of a house. And look, it's somebody's life. Look at that baby foot. And then they grew, and look at all this stitching. I mean.
And look how this fabric, sorry, Jordan. Look at this fabric's completely gone. Look at that.
Yes. And this is velvet. And then you've got the homespun. And
somebody just gathered pieces and did this.
Yes.
You'd pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm serious. People would pay so much money for this now. And if the person who made it could tell you, they'd be like, this was on my overalls, or this was on my whatever.
Yes. And but its name is very apropos. It's called a crazy quilt.
Yes, it's true. Crazy quilt. I love it.
I wanted you all to see that.
It's in really good condition.
It is, and
look at the back.
That's one of the reasons I don't want to. They made the squares. They cut out a square of fabric, and then probably gave it to different members of the family to piece it, and then they got together to embroidery it.
Okay, I was thinking it had batting in it. It doesn't. It's a topper. It's just a thick fabric.
Well, it's an unfinished quilt.
Yeah.
They just didn't get it finished.
Yeah, I thought it had batting in it, but it doesn't have it in there. So.
And I was going to bind it and cover the back, and I just can't bring myself to it. So I pulled it out.
I'm afraid I would tuck it and put a pillow in, and that would be my chair.
Yeah, there you go.
That is gorgeous.
And then this piece is an old tablecloth that I pulled out for you all to see.
I love it.
Isn't that pretty? It's handmade.
I love that it's an old tablecloth and you have it like a drape on your bed. Very gorgeous.
It is. It's handmade. So that's one of my loves is one day when I can get my linen closet straightened out, we'll go in my linen closet.
There's a lot of closets I want to go with you, Brenda.
This piece came in through the window. If we ever leave, this piece is here forever. It came in through that window right there.
Before they put the wind in.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no way they can do that now. That's gorgeous.
So it's
this feels like from an old school or something.
It's from the basement of one of the department stores in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And
you know which one?
I think it was Blacks.
Oh, I don't know Blacks.
I think it was Blacks. But it's
gorgeous.
It had the key. The locks had been pried off, but I found it had one of the keys. I found it in one of the...
At least they pried them kind of artistically.
Yes.
They don't know mine. I love this room.
I don't have anything falling here.
Now, Jordan, even you're going to like this room. I'm telling you. This room is incredible. Check this out. Go on in. Look at that shower. Look at that tub combination. That's the coolest thing, isn't it? You have to tell them all about it.
Well, we got into this. This room ended up being bigger than we planned. I can't remember why, but it did. And I knew I wanted a shower, but there wasn't any room. As big as it is, there's so many doors.
Yeah.
And you have to have a potty, and you've got to have a tub. I mean, we wanted a tub. We love a tub. So I said, well, let's just, instead of putting the tub way back there, let's just build a wall and build a shower over there.
It's perfect.
So we did. And then I didn't want this everywhere.
Yeah.
In fact, this was a mistake. This was not supposed to be this color.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I love it, but it was supposed to be another color. So we got this wall up, and that wall teeter-tottered. And so I had these left over from the staircase, and I found the welder guy, And I went to him and I said, I want a piece this big. And I want one that long. I used my body to tell him what I wanted. And he said, you don't want me to come look at it? I said, I don't have time for you to, because I need it now.
Because my wall's going to
put up, or
yeah.
my wall's going to fall, and the people are going to be leaving, because it had to be, you know, screwed down in there. And he made it for me, and it worked. It was
Holds it up. It looks beautiful.
yeah, it holds it up. So.
And I love the hooks in the stone.
That's where I was going to put the big window. But when I got it up there, it just didn't do. It just
the one from
Yeah,
No,
that's
I can
where-
see that.
It just didn't. It just wasn't.
No, but you'll find something just right for that one day.
Our Becky doesn't want anything. He loves the stone.
I like the stone too. That's a very
Yes.
man thing. Men like that stone
Yes.
up there. I like it. So
So that's one of my. This right here, we figure when we get old, it'll be our sanctuary.
oh yeah.
Because we get our wheelchairs in and
Well, I
out.
was gonna say you thought ahead, so you could be here forever. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have anything that's hard to access or anything.
Right. So now Brandon did. These are pictures. Oh, they're coming out. We had a catastrophe in here the other day. One of my pictures fell, and when it fell, it just fell.
Took
right down,
everything?
Took everything out. But he put those were the pictures he made, painted the other time. But he put them, look how he did, and he had each one of them autograph it and how old they
That
were.
is so cute.
Is that not cute? But this one that was right there fell and completely broke. So I'm having to redo that a little bit.
I love the color of your walls. Do you know the color?
I just painted them.
You just did?
They were brown or coffee. It's gray mist, I think, but it looks blue and it looks
pale
green.
blue, and it's beautiful.
and it looks gray.
yeah,
In the morning, it's more greeny in there,
beautiful.
but in the afternoon, it's not. And I've got to show you before you leave. I've got to show you my grandmother. Now this picture was taken when she was little, and the photographer guys came through there and they said, we're here, we want something to eat, if you'll feed us, we'll take pictures of the kids. Well, my grandmother went squalling and screaming out, and they had to drag her out from under the porch.
and that's her picture.
And that's her picture.
Oh,
I do not want to be here.
look at that face.
That's the original picture.
That is so cute.
And the reason it's there is so no natural sunlight hits it.
Yes.
It'll fade it out.
Mhm.
And so I put it in that corner.
Have you made any copies or anything? I would tell, like,
Yes,
you know, I'm
all
a
the
house fire
family
girl.
has one.
Okay, I'm the house fire girl, so I always
All
want copies of
families
that
have
stuff.
And this is a painting I did of Briar when she was, 10 or 11. We were at the beach. And I just did that really, really quick while she was picking up seashells and
Beautiful.
this, that, and the other. So
Well, Miss Brenda, your house is gorgeous. We
thank
love
you,
it, as
thank you,
always.
thank you. I'm glad y'all came.
We did Christmas,
I know.
but Christmas was on my cell phone and me doing it. This way I have Jordan doing it.
Yes,
So hopefully everyone
this
can
way.
see everything better.
Yes, and I enjoyed it. Anytime.
Oh, should I be in the front? Should we do this?
Yes. Yes.
This is us. We've been talking all
Anytime,
around
this
that
is what
camera.
we've been doing. We kind of avoid it.
We do kind of avoid
Yes.
the camera a little bit.
But I'm
so.
glad you did.
All right, guys, that is it. That is a fall tour at Brenda's house. We hope you enjoyed it. And if there's any questions you have, ask below. I can let Brenda know and she can answer them for
Sure.
us. All
Come
right.
back anytime. Bye.